Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic, Volume 1, Episode 26. We are reaching the end of February, and that means that Enigmarch is right around the corner. If you're not familiar with Enigmarch, it is a puzzle setting event that challenges puzzle creators to make a new puzzle every day throughout the whole month of March, based on prompts that are provided by the Enigmarch team. I participated last year for the first time and really enjoyed it. It was challenging in a fun way, and I also managed to get a month's worth of puzzles available to all of you last year. So I'm looking forward to participating again this year and getting a new batch of puzzles created. And you can follow along on those puzzles all next month by joining my Discord, or I will be posting the entire collection of them in my April newsletter, because that will be all time for me to get them all packaged together nicely in a PDF for you. So you can follow along either of those ways if you like. But in the meantime, we have some puzzles by other people that we need to take a stab at. And today we are going to be solving something called an unequal length maze. And in order to figure out what's going on, we need to take a look at the rules. Unequal length maze is a line drawing puzzle. We will draw a non-intersecting path through the centers of all empty cells, starting from the S, start, and finishing at the G, goal. So it's a little bit like the simple loop rules that we know that are used in many other puzzle genres, but instead of a loop, it's a single path that will go through every cell in the grid, as you can see, and the endpoints are the S and G. The fact that there's a start and end isn't really significant in this genre. They could be reversed. Those are just the endpoints of the maze. No two consecutive straight lines in the path may be of the same length. So that is just a restriction that says, since this path segment here is of length 1, then the following one can't be of length 1. It's of length 2, where we're counting length as the length of the path itself. You could also think of it as number of cells in the path, where this would be 2 and this would be 3. You'd get the same result. The important thing is that we have to change the length every time we turn. Every time we make a 90-degree turn, the next segment needs to be a different length. Those are the rules of Unequal Length Maze. So it's time to solve a puzzle. Today's Unequal Length Maze was set by Eric Fox. Alright, so we know that we need to have a path that goes through every cell in the grid. So we can start, I think, by doing some of the simple things that we do with a simple loop puzzle, of looking at the corners in the grid and knowing that those cells have to be entered and exited by the only possible entrance and exit. And in fact, we should also do that with any of these tunnels that only have 2 entrances and exits. So let's do that to start with, before we even think about the unequalness of the whole thing. Okay, so now we've done that on all of these corners. Okay, and here's a couple more tunnels. So now let's start thinking about the unequal length rule. Okay, so the path needs to start by coming in here. It could turn here and it would be longer, or it could keep on going and be shorter. So that's not going to give us anything from the start, but from the end, you can see that we've got a length 2, then a length 1, then a length at least 2. So we're good there at the end. Where the unequal length, I think, is going to be helpful to us is in constrained areas like this. We know that this segment is length 1, and the one next to it cannot also be of length 1. So it's going to have to extend, and that's going to now connect with our start. And this is now in a virtual corner and can turn. And let's see, we've got 3, 1, 2, 2. So that is going to have to keep on going. Then we've got 1. 1 can't be, this can't be 1. It's got to be at least 2. So we've made it that far. We've made some new corners by doing that. So let's fill in simple loop style these corners that we made. Great. Okay. How about this little angle here? This is the same as the one we saw before, because this is a forced length 1. So this can't be length 1. It's got to keep going. Now we've made kind of a virtual tunnel here between these two that we've got to fill in. We've made ourselves a corner here. We can't close a loop because there are no loops here. So this is going to have to turn. This is going to have to keep on going. And they have to go at least one more. This has to go at least one more. And now since this is length 2, this can't be length 2. It's got to be at least length 3. So this is going to have to keep on going one more. We've got a tunnel here. This has got to keep on going. Now we've got a corner. And this is all kind of solving through these very local deductions. Here we've got another corner. This is going to go up. All right. Now this little 2x2 here, we've got a forced length 1 right here. So neither of these segments can be only length 1. They've got to both keep on going. We could have also determined that by the fact that we couldn't close that into a loop earlier. But we can't close between these two here either. There's got to be an X there. So, all right. So what can we do next? Just kind of scanning around. Let's see. I've stalled a bit because I'm just not seeing it. I don't think there's anything particularly difficult that I'm missing. I just need to find the next place. Oh, okay. Here, this cannot go up because that would be a loop. In the puzzling interface, that would have been a different color, and I would have seen it immediately. We don't have this in this PenPa interface, so it's got a little extra work for my eyes. So in order to not close this loop, this has got to go this direction. Now we've got a length 1, and we can know that this has to go more than one cell, and it's going to be 2, and that's going to dead end right there. Okay, so next, this cell. This can't be a vertical line, because if it were, we'd have 2, 2, 2, so it'd be doubly bad. So since it doesn't go up and down, and it can't go right, it's going to have to go either up or down and left. It's going to have to be an L in one of those directions. So this is definitely a line. And then that's going to force this to turn. So now we know how this goes next. Okay, that's good. So now we've got kind of the bottom side of the puzzle taken care of. So what are we going to do up top? Which things are most constrained? If this were a line here, then we'd have a 1 and a 1, which we're not allowed. So this has got to go further down, and this has got to go further down. Okay, that's good. Not enough. How about, we have the same thing going here as we saw before. If this were a vertical line, we'd have a 2 and a 2, so we can't. So this has to go that way. Okay, so what other things would cause contradictions for us or unequal length problems? If this went up, we'd have a length 1 and a length 1. So this cannot go up. It's got to go east. This has got to go north. And is there anything else that's going to break the unequal length rule? This is a length 1. This can't be a length 1. It's got to go further. Good. Okay. So now we've got this from the goal going all the way around to here, start going to here. We just have to figure out how we make it up into the protrusion at the top. Does anything cause an immediate conflict if we were to continue in the current direction? Is what I want to know. If this were to turn, we'd have a 2 and a 2, so it cannot turn. The same is true on this side. We can't turn because then we'd have equal lengths. So both of these continue further south, and these therefore have to turn and go south. And now this can't go west or else we'd close early, so it goes south. This can't go east or it'd close early, so that goes south. Now we've got a 1. We can't have another 1. We've got a 1. We can't have another 1. Those both turn. And those both go up in order to make it to the protrusion at the top. And there we go. That is how you solve an unequal length maze. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and check out the description below for more free puzzles.